Holy shit, somebody invited all Warren County to go down 31 right now. You're turning? You think so? Oh well. What's going on, everybody? Finally on the bike with the GoPro and mic. So hopefully everything's gonna work out good. Everything's gonna come through all nice and clear. We won't have any issues. So we'll see. Oh God. Well, that was beautiful. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the best beginner bike. Now, whether or not you agree with my points, hey, that's all up to you. I don't give a shit. So I started on a 600. That's what we're on right now, and I absolutely love it. I think it is perfectly fine. You know, it's got plenty of power. It's not too small, it's not too big. You know, a lot of people say, oh, start out with 1,000, just that way you don't got to get another bike and whatnot. Well, if you're a new rider that's never ridden anything before, we're talking like no quads, no dirt bikes, nothing, you just go out and get your permit and then decide you want to hop on 1,000 cc, you're gonna fucking kill yourself. I don't care who you are. So I don't really agree with that. Now, like I said, it's all up to you, whatever you want to get on. I much rather think a 600's a lot better beginner bike. And you can make them rip pretty good too, you know? You throw a gear set on them, gear them nicely. You can put a power commander on the bike, you know, K&N, bigger throttle bodies, a bunch of different shit. You can even do a little motor work if you want. And you got a 600 that rips pretty fucking good, that you're gonna have a lot of fun with. Even, they're a lot of fun even just stock too. You don't have to have this big monstrous thing that does fucking wheelies all day long when you're starting out riding. You can have something that is still fun to ride and still, if you need to, get up and go. Another car wash. So I mean, I'm on the 600. I absolutely love it. Now, if you don't want to go out and buy a new bike, they're starting to, a lot on the 600s even, put mode selections on them, which is pretty cool. Because then you can have a beginner rider that has no idea what they're doing, never ridden a quad, dirt bike, absolutely nothing before in their life. And they can hop on a newer 600 with mode selections, and they can make the bike feel like a 300, you know, not have a whole lot of pep to it, and then they can gradually increase. Same on the 1000s. Now, I have nothing against a newer rider going out and buying a 1000cc bike, a brand new one, that's got mode selections, you know? You go out there and you hop on the bikes and you click it down to C mode or A mode, depending on how it's set up. A lot of them are set up C is the least amount of power, and A is full bore. So you can click her down into C mode and be perfectly fine. You know, it's acting like a 600. You don't have a whole lot of power, but you got enough. Then, you know, you get comfortable. You ride the thing for a while, you know? You get really comfortable with the bike. And then you click it up one, go into B mode, ride that around for a while, get comfortable with the power. And then once you're comfortable enough, you know, a couple months down the road or whatnot, fucking click it in A mode, and you got a 1000cc bike, you know? And just go that route. There's nothing wrong with getting a 600, you know? A lot of people are like, oh no, don't get a 600, get a 1000. Why? You know, it all depends on who you are and how you ride and what kind of experience you got. That all determines what kind of bike you're gonna get. Now, if you got a lot of experience just getting another bike, I mean, fuck it, that's fine. Do what you want. But like I said, beginner riders, I would highly suggest the 600. That's what I would go with. Now, a lot of people go between a 300 and a 600, and they're like, well, I think a 600 is going to be too much for me, so I'm going to get a 300 instead. I don't know if that helped or not. I closed the visor all the way. But they're like, I'm going to get a 300 instead. Now, I'm not a big fan of that, because a 300, a lot of people get tired of very quickly. You know, you're going to hop on a 300, you're going to ride it around for a couple months and be like, shit, this has absolutely no balls whatsoever. And you're going to want something bigger, and you're going to kick yourself right in the face and be like, what the fuck, I should have just gotten a 600 instead. But, you know, that's all up to you. Like I said, I would go with the 600. not a fan of the 300s. Now, if you want something that, you know, you're a beginner rider, but you don't plan on really doing anything else and you want a sports bike, then fuck it, get a 300. If you just want to stay on the lower CCs, putt around town, it's like riding a dirt scooter, you know? And you can just go that route if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. You're still going to have a shit ton of fun. They just kind of suck on the highways because, you know, they top out at like 100 miles an hour. So you're going to be screaming the thing going down the interstate, but that's perfectly fine. But like I said, the 300s are good for going around town and whatnot. Like on a 600, you have plenty of power for the highway and doing whatever the fuck you want to do. So that's why I would go with a 600. Now, like I said, you guys could take my advice. You could just say, killing it, go fuck yourself, and do whatever. But like I said, that's just what I feel, and a lot of other guys out there feel the same way. You know, a lot of other guys will tell you, you know, start on the 600. But then there's also a handful of guys that also tell you, no, fuck that shit. Just go to 1000cc and just control yourself. But I know some people that I know and whatnot, they can't control themselves. You know, you get a higher CC bike and you're like, oh fuck man, I got 1000ccs, I'm gonna go do sweet wheelies and shit and crack the throttle and fucking kill themselves, you know? So it all depends on who you are, and you really got to be honest with yourself too. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I can handle 1000cc, no problem. But you got to be honest with yourself. You got to think about it and be like, all right, am I really going to be an asshole on a 1000cc bike? Am I going to kill myself on 1000? Possibly. So I'm going to get a 600 instead, and then go from there and work your way back up. Now the next bike I get, seeing how I started on the 600, I might go for a 750 Gixxer. I might just go up to the 1000, you know? I don't know. I like the Gixxer platform. It is very comfortable. It's very... You're in the bike more. You're not so far up and then leaned over like I know the R6s and Hondas are like that. You hop on an R6 or a CBR 600 or 1000, you're very hunched over and you feel like you're sitting on top of the bike. Now the Gixxers and the Kawasaki's, whether it's a ZX6R or a ZX10R, whichever, you're more into the bike. You're not sitting on top of the thing. You don't feel like you're standing on top of a bike and then leaning all the way the fuck over. So that's the kind of position I ride. I like, you know, a lot of other guys, they like being on top of the bike and shit like that. That's perfectly fine. What you got to do is you got to go out there. You got to go to different dealerships. I prefer going to the dealerships and just sit on the bikes. Because you find these Craigslist guys and whatnot, and you just want to go see how it feels. They're going to tell you to go fuck yourself. They don't want that. They want to sell their bike. Now you go to a dealership, you know, they'll work with you. You know, they'll let you got to tell them, be like, look, I'm looking for a first bike right now, and I just need to sit on a couple of them and feel how they are, whether it's a sports bike or a naked bike, a cruiser, you know, fucking adventure bike, whatever you like. Just go to the dealership and sit on a couple. Go to different dealerships to get a different feel for all the different manufacturers out there, and see which one you like. You know, and then you can go from there, whether you want to buy a new one, or, hey, you know, I found one on Craigslist for $2,000, and I like it. Okay, I'm going to go buy that one. Then fucking go for it, you know? Nothing wrong with that. That's what I did with this bike. I was like, shit, man, I don't want to buy a brand new bike and spend all the money for a brand new bike. I'm just going to go find one on Craigslist. And this one I actually found at a dealership, and I went to Scott's Power Sports up on 309 in Coopersburg. And I talked to Trevor over there, was my salesman, and he did absolutely fantastic for me. Great fucking dude. Highly recommend going and seeing those guys. They really worked with me on the bike and didn't really give me a whole lot of issues. You know, they were very helpful. I would have no problem going back there and buying another bike from them. Absolutely. So this area, if you're in the Jersey area, the Easton, Warren County area, fucking go over there. Go see those guys. They're awesome dudes over there. But that's what I did. You know, I went over there, I saw one on Craigslist, I went over there and I checked the thing out. You know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta go look at them. But the dealers are gonna have no problems at all letting you go check out bikes. You know, these Craigslist guys that are like, I just want to sell my fucking bike, don't jerk me off over here when you come to look at this thing. So that's why once you're sitting on a couple bikes, sit on it, and you get a feel for what you like and what you want to get, fucking go for it. You know, whether you want to go to a dealership or you want to go to Craigslist. Once you figure out what you want, go to Craigslist, man. You know, you're going to find shit a lot cheaper on Craigslist than you will at a dealership. You know, there's some situations where the dealerships are cheaper, And like in the situation that I was in, I found this bike a lot cheaper at a dealership because they were able to work with me and whatnot than I found on Craigslist. And that just worked out for me, you know, and it might work out for a bunch of other people out there too, you know. So go figure out what you like and go sit on it, go to the dealerships and see what you want. And like I said, I'd go with the 600, especially if you're a beginner rider. Definitely go with the 600. But you don't have to listen to me. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. But that's just what I think. And then get a hang for it and then go to 1,000 if you want. So that's what I feel, guys, on, you know, a good first bike is going with the 600. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think that, hey, you know, I think 1,000cc is better for a new bike. Then let me know, you know, write it in the fucking comments. I don't care. I'll look through them. I'll talk to you guys. So let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I know it's a new channel and whatnot, and probably not a lot of people are going to watch this shit. I don't care. You got to start somewhere, you know? So don't forget to subscribe, like it, tell your buddies about it if you like it. Tell them if you didn't like it. I don't care. Whatever you want to do, I'm not going to tell you not to. So I'm killing it, and I will see you guys on the next video. See ya.